Hi guys, welcome back to my channel. Today I have a special video in store for you. I have been requested to do a video incorporating potatoes for a very long time, and it took me a while to decide what recipe I actually wanted to do, but I decided to go with one of my favorites, which is Sheppard's pie, and I hope that this satisfies your potato wants. And the first things first is we have to start by peeling some potatoes. I'm using some Yukon Gold potatoes for today's recipe. These are my favorite potatoes to use when doing any sort of mashed potato recipe. And we're just going to peel 6 of them, and then we're just going to cut them into evenly sized dices. It doesn't matter if you want to do a larger dice or smaller dice. It's just good to keep in mind that the smaller you go, the faster they will cook for you. And as you see, I'm just going to slice these lengthwise, and then I'm just going to cut along them to make these sort of evenly sliced chunks of potatoes. So at my stove, I have a large pot over a high heat, and I'm just filled it with water, and I'm going to add my potatoes to it before it starts to boil. And the way I like to check for doneness in my potatoes is I like to make sure they're fork tender. So if a fork goes through them with ease, then I know they're done and they can be drained. But while those potatoes are cooking, we're going to move on to our meat mixture for our shepherd's pie. So in a large saute pan, I'm going to add in a few tablespoons of oil, followed by my meat of choice. Today I'm using pork because I wanted to try it out with pork to see how it would taste. But you can also do ground beef or ground lamb. I really would love to try ground lamb, but I can never find it anywhere. But at the end of this recipe, between pork and beef, I did think beef tasted better. And we're just gonna cook that meat until it is browned throughout and breaking it up as we cook it. And then we're going to go ahead and add in some Worcestershire sauce, some brown sugar, which I used a little bit too much, just going with a couple of tablespoons, some honey, as well as some soy sauce. And we're going to season it with some fresh oregano. Sorry, fresh? Dried. We're using dried oregano, as well as salt and pepper. And then we're going to give this all a really good mix. We're going to then set our meat mixture aside and put the pan back on the stove, and we're going to saute our onions. No need to add any extra oil. There was a lot of fat and other juices left over from the meat, so you really don't need to add anything extra to the pan. So we're going to start to saute those onions for about 2 minutes, and then we're going to go in with 2 tablespoons of garlic. And then you just want to mix this until the garlic is fragrant and your onions become a bit more translucent. Then we're going to go ahead, add our meat mixture back into the pan, and we're going to go in with our vegetables. So we're going to use a can of peas and carrots, as well as a can of whole kernel corn, and we are just going to give this all a really good mix. Honestly, the vegetables is what takes this dish to the next level and making it taste so good. But once you have that all mixed, we're going to go ahead and add this into our baking dish. I'm using a large glass baking dish, and I did not drain out the excess liquid, and I learned something else today. Drain out the excess liquid. It's just a little bit too much. But then we're going to go ahead and move back to the potatoes. They are done, so I'm just going to drain them into my colander and then add them back into the pot. We're going to make some really milky potatoes today. So I'm going to go in with about a cup of milk, as well as a few tablespoons of sour cream and some salt and pepper to taste. And I like a lot, so I put in a lot there. And then I'm just going to use a potato masher, and I'm just going to mash this until it is nice and smooth and silky. And then we're going to go ahead and we're going to add this on to our meat mixture in our pan. So I like to dollop it on first. That way when I go to spread it out later, it's really easy to make a nice even layer because you already have it sort of portioned throughout the dish. I'm just going to go ahead and take the back of my spoon to spread it all around. And then these next 2 steps are really just to make it look a lot prettier. We're going to go ahead and take a fork and run the back of the fork along the top of the potatoes, and it's going to make this really nice pattern on top. Then just going in with some grated Parmesan cheese, or any type of sort of hard cheese will work for this as long as it's grated really fine. You're just going to sprinkle some on top. This is going to help create a really crispy top layer. It's not so much for flavor, just for that little bit of extra color and crunch. And then we're going to put this in the oven at 350 for about 30 to 40 minutes. Doesn't take long. Everything's already cooked. You're just trying to brown the top really. And once you're done, you have this lovely shepherd's pie. I hope you guys like this recipe. If you did, make sure to hit the thumbs up. Subscribe for new videos every Monday and Thursday. Hit the notification bell every time you guys want to see a new upload from me. And comment below so I know what you guys want to see next time. And until next time, bye!